great chem-mystery. Chemistry is the study of matter, its composition, properties, and reactivity. A chemist will then explain that one field of chemistry is analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry involves determining the chemical composition of a substance. The workshop will illustrate how a strong mathematical background is required to understand the chemistry concepts and to complete the analytical calculations. Chemical analysis requires an understanding of how chemicals react and that they often combine in integer ratios. The integer ratios refer to the masses of the reactants and the products. From the masses of products in a reaction, the masses of the initial reactants can be found. Given the volume of liquid, concentrations can also be found. This scenario highlights how understanding many different fields of mathematics is integral to completing the analytical process. In this case, the students determine the percentage of vinegar in a commercial product and compare this with the manufacturer's stated percentages. In the workshop, the students will evaluate the claims made by manufacturers on labels regarding the vinegar content of their products. The workshop could be linked to chemistry or science contexts. The titration process used in the data collection phase requires some basic chemistry equipment, such as a burette. Some standard solutions of common chemicals are also required. In this workshop, students perform a titration to analyze a provided sample and perform the mathematical calculations required to analyze and interpret the data. While alternative automated methods can be used for analysis, performing titrations allows students to observe the equipment setup and develop an understanding of the analytical process. Each small group of up to 3 students is provided a workstation containing the analytical equipment and the necessary quantities of chemicals. The students take turns conducting a titration. At the outset, students learn about parallax error and the importance of making accurate measurements. Multiple measurements are taken for the same sample, and the mean is used to minimize error. Titrations typically use diluted samples. As the students' titrations are completed using diluted samples, the student will need to apply a scale figure to get the true result. The diluted sample means that the units used are small, and the students need to demonstrate proficiency with a range of operations using decimal numbers less than 1. The calculations are all made using SI units, and the students can follow the progression through composite units, such as grams per litre. New concepts such as molecular mass and mole ratio, and new units such as moles are also introduced. Explicit connections are made with the students' existing knowledge of mass. Students move through a series of calculations demonstrating that often multiple steps are required in mathematical procedures. At the end of the workshop, the students draw conclusions based on their analysis of the data they collected by converting the concentration of vinegar into a percentage. The workshop could be modified by using different chemicals to change the complexity of the calculations or the context of the analysis. The complete workshop would take about 2 hours, but it can be broken into data collection and data analysis sections. The discipline of chemistry lends itself to many engaging visual demonstrations, such as the effects of liquid nitrogen.